Product of Southern University. I graduated with a political science degree in 2012. I came back and got my MBA in 2015. I served as the 81st Miss Southern University. I served as Miss Junior, Senator, class senator. So I know everything that you guys are doing, and I sat in those seats about 6 years ago. So I can relate to each and every one of you guys. So now, as I mentioned, I am an entrepreneur, I am an author. I currently live in Atlanta, but I still come here to run my business in Louisiana. Thank God for my mother in the back. Raise your hand, Mama. And my sister and my boyfriend. So, like I said, they are my support system, and I just want to thank them for coming out. Thanks, Deja and Darby, for having me, and I just want to welcome you guys to Girl Boss Academy. So my presentation today is proactively becoming your prototype. And when I mention prototype, we'll go into more details. But I have the actual thing that I would like to ask everyone to take off their phones, go to Instagram and add me, because I will be giving away door prizes at the end for those who follow.
What about the ones who already follow?
Okay, the ones who follow, if you guys can DM me, we'll do this. Whatever important factor that I said in the actual presentation that caught you, if you can DM me that, and then I'll choose from the girls in there who follow and who I touched during the presentation. So now everyone has a chance to get something. So it's a cheat prototype. So I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, okay, what is prototype? Hey, you're talking about too much prototype. You're calling yourself the prototype. You name your book, Be Your Prototype. What do you actually mean about prototype? So when I mean prototype, I'm talking about that first or preliminary model from which something was formed and others are going to be developed and copied after. So when you think about a person who's a trendsetter, a motivator, a mentor, a leader, someone that's taking the moves and actually not living by other people's standards, they're creating something of their own. Those people are called prototypes. So a lot of you guys in here are, SGA leaders. You may be an entrepreneur, you're a girl boss already. You're making those steps already on influencing those people around you, because you're already showing them that you could do it and you're being a model for them. So that's why I always emphasize be your prototype, because I want you to be that person that you could be. Find your purpose first so you can help others behind you. So with proactively becoming your prototype, now you're actually able to inspire and impact the world without even noticing, because people are going to flourish and you're going to attract. It's the law of attraction. What you attract to others, they're just going to cling to you and they're going to go from there. So I'm pretty sure you're wondering, like, okay, well, I'm thinking about running for something. I'm thinking about being a prototype. I'm thinking about being a mentor. How can I do it? And you can do it from anywhere in the room. You could be a student intern and be a prototype. You could be a student traveling and be a prototype. Because they have so many places on campus where there's a need and people not even focusing on those. They're thinking, oh, I just have to be an SGA and I can get there. You could be a prototype for anywhere in the campus. You just have to find your niche and stick to it and follow it and go from there. So, in order for you to be this girl boss that, I didn't want to come here and talk about money, here this, or how you can get money. I think we need to talk about the basics of being a girl boss or entrepreneur. In order to be a great entrepreneur or a girl boss, it's very vital for you to have time management. If you can't manage your time, let's say you're a hairstylist and I have an appointment booked for 3 o'clock and now you have 2 other girls booked for 3 now, where's the time management in that? So in order for you to actually soar in your career or soar in your major or soar in your business, you have to set up time aside for yourself and be organized and do those things through repetition and just consistency. So the first thing I want to talk about is the statistics that I found. 25% of students become chronic procrastinators. 48.4% of college students say that they don't have time for their coursework. And between 80 and 95% of students, according to the American Psychological Association, says that students procrastinate on their schoolwork. So you're in school first, you're a student first, and then whatever else comes after. So in order for you to soar and be a prototype, you have to make sure that you're on top of your game. You're not procrastinating. You're not taking, time and just wasting and saying, hey, I'm gonna do this later. You actually setting yourself up for success along the way during your tenure and being a college student. So a lot of the lack of time management actually, goes towards, if you're lacking time management, chronic procrastination, stress, poor dieting, not exercising, sleep deprivation, taking time out of your, 8 hours of sleep that you're supposed to get because you're trying to catch up on that work, doing that last minute, test studying and homework. It's not supposed to go like that. If you could actually take out hours across your, whole busy schedule and set time aside to actually, do your schoolwork, have leisure time, be Miss of the University or be a hairstylist, you can do that with good time management. And I want to show you guys in the next slide how to do that. So my first thing is always having a plan. You have to take time out of your schedule. Each day, have a plan, have a schedule, and set goals. If you're able to do that, you're one step closer towards being your prototype and also having good time management. Also prioritizing, ranking your priorities from what needs to be done the most to the least. And if you can do that, you will have more time on your hand because you know what was a more time consuming part of your day, and now you're able to accomplish that early. You also can organize it, and when I mean organizing, that means your car, that means your dorm room, that means anything that can actually donate to you actually being, flourishing and doing the things you're supposed to do. I know when my car was dirty in college, I couldn't think. So the minute I clean my car, I wash my car, girl, it drive better. And I really think that, it really does that because now it's a psychological thing, it's in your mind. And if you could keep practicing that, if you get organized, stay organized. And do those things consistently and it'll become like first nature to you. Also, focus on your goals. If you have a goal, focus on them, and one at a time, you'll actually see them progressing and come into play. So if you know that you have goals, focus on that one goal, finish that goal, and then go to the next one. Now you're able to do more things without having micromanaging or multitasking. That could kind of get out of hand if you keep doing that too much. And then being productive, consistent, reliable, accountable, all of those things make a difference whenever you are trying to manage time in your business or even as a student in your, comfort zone in your life place of where you're at now. So as a student, you have to be productive. You have to keep moving. You can't just go to class one day and then the next day for the Tuesday and Friday you miss because you say, oh, I didn't have a ride or it was raining outside. You have to be productive with those things so you can make the grades, so you can graduate, and so you can have a plan after graduation. And then finally, let's stop the procrastination. If you know that you have actual things that you need to do it then. And then I promise you, everything else will be easier after that. So it's very important that you guys focus on time management. So the next slide, I actually have like different areas, and you guys could get the slide after, and I'll tell you how. But you can take this slide and actually look at how many hours you're taking on for sleep, studying, class, exercise, and just kind of start taking those different numbers and seeing if you need to move things around or if you need to modify and put more time into classwork than social media or more time into sleep than relaxation. All of those things make a difference whenever you're trying to get on the right path. So now that we focus on time management as a girl boss, it's very important that you guys have financial management. Now I know you guys thinking like, okay, well, I wasn't taught financial management at home. It's always a start and a new day for something. If you can start focusing on things that could change your family's legacy and change your mindset now here at college, you'll be able to do great things when you do graduate and go on to your next level. So with financial management, I wanted to give some more statistics. 39% of students follow a monthly budget according to the American Institute of CPAs. 54%, which is more than half of millennials, say that their biggest financial concern is debt. 39% of millennials worry about their financial future at least once a week. And finally, $1.1 trillion exceeds the student loan debt. So looking at these statistics and based on our situation as college students, how are we going to get in front of the curve? How are we going to change this statistic and not be the stereotype? So I have 3 keys to financial success that I want to focus on. And it's very vital if you want to be a girl boss or even just graduating from college and having your ducks in a row. So the first one is budgeting. Make sure that you guys find a budget calculator or an app to help you see how your expenses are set up as well as your income for the school year. So if you know that, hey, I need such and such amount of money for cell phone, insurance, food for the year, because I'm going to tell you, refund checks come and they go. So how are you going to position yourself to have money throughout the school year without having to get a full-time job while in school? Another thing is to have a plan. Look at your budget each month and see if there are gaps between your budget and your actual spending. If you know that there are gaps between those two correlations, then you have to find a way to fit that's going to fit you. Maybe you need to do Uber if you have a car, or maybe you need to do waiting, or something that could give you money back on your finances at the end of the month, so you can become a better student as well as a better individual. And finally, goal setting. Sometimes you may need to understand where your fixed expense is coming from. So if you know that you're going home for the summer and you have a summer job, put money aside every check, because that money can go a long ways. If your car insurance is $99 and you know you're going to be at school for 4 months, that's $400. If you go home for the summer, now you have your insurance paid. So now you can go to the club with your girlfriends, you can go to all the events on campus. Even if you wanted to get a part-time job too, you have the money to pay for your insurance. So I feel like a budget will really help you, especially if you're going into business or trying to go into business, because you will know the money that you need to put aside for a logo, for pictures for your brand, also have money set aside for your LLC, and all of those things that go into a business. So it's very important that you have your finances in line so that you'll be able to do the things you want to do. The next thing, and I know we're going to talk about the big C, credit. I don't know how many of you guys here have credit or have thinking about getting a credit card, but before you do those things, just listen out and check out the PowerPoint. Make sure you obtain a secure credit card. So don't do what I did. I went and got Gap credit card, dealers in college, and I didn't tell my mom them because I didn't want them to know. I wanted to, look good, have some new jeans. But how was I going to pay for that if I didn't tell them, because I didn't have a job? So what happened was I actually ended up getting the credit cards, going over the budget, and then being stuck with the credit card debt. After that, my credit score went down. I graduated, didn't have any credit. And then that was a wake-up call for me. And from then, I fixed my credit, and credit is a major priority in my life now. So what I want you guys to do is to get a secure credit card if possible. Maybe go to a bank, your bank that you're banking with, and ask for a secure credit card. That way you will have a credit card that has low interest. It's pretty much taking your money in some instances and letting you see how you can utilize your money first before you take on big amounts of money from banks. Then from there, pay your bills on time. If you have any bills, don't dodge the credit people. Don't put them on block. Talk to them, because it's probably a way for you to negotiate and set some things aside to where they're willing to say, okay, well, she told me her situation. Let me make up some payments so that you won't go into a charge-off on your account. So it's very vital that you pay your bills on time, and if not, if you don't have the money, you're going through a hardship, call them and make sure that you can get those things settled without having them to go into 30 days late, 90 days late. Make sure if you have a credit card, utilize only 33% or below, because now you're showing the creditors that you're able and responsible enough to manage credit. And finally, make sure you get the download the MyFICO app and ask your parents to become authorized users on the credit cards if possible. Now, I'm not saying ask your parents for a credit card. I'm saying become an authorized user. So as they're paying off their credit card, it's going to look like you're paying off that credit card, and now you're developing credit. So when you do graduate and you need a new car, or you do graduate and you need to make moves and move to a new city, you're not going to a new city with bad credit, and when you have bad credit, you're just all over the place. So we're just making sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Because I'm telling you, in business, in order to get anything in business, hair or whatever, you need credit, because you might could take that money and flip it to something else in a huge investment. So just think smart and wisely when you're making these decisions for money. And finally, investment. I say flip your refund check into investment. Instead of you spending all the money on food and new clothes and things like that, try to find strategic ways while you're in school with that amount of money and use it for your benefit. If I can go back, I would do a lot of things with my credit, and that's why I'm trying to show you guys now, so you won't be in situations like me having to face them down the line and no one to really help me understand the importance of credit and money. So flip it into a business. Get an LLC, get a logo, start you something up real nice for maybe less than $500 with your refund check. Study abroad. That's very important. If you're going into a field where you know you have to work abroad, companies are looking for those students who set themselves apart and are doing things abroad. And also, that shows that you're different from the other students. You are willing to take that risk and not be fearful of going across seas. And multinational companies are always looking for students who travel abroad. So invest that money into that, or build an app. You can also invest into stocks, mutual funds while you're in school. And last but not least, you can even invest into affordable property in your hometown. Here in Baton Rouge, you can get adjudicated property for less than $1,000. You never know. You might get you a fixer-upper cheap in school, fix it up, and then rent it out when you get out of school. And that money can help even pay for your student loans. So I'm just having you guys think strategic with your money and your finances so that you can have a plan after school. So now that we focus on money management, time management, last but not least is leadership. If you know that you're an effective leader, you know that you have to, number one, communicate. Good leaders are always good communicators. They're able to get the word across clearly, crystal clear, without people taking things the wrong way. And I just feel like in leadership, you have to be clear about your expectations for your employees or even your members of organizations. Also, respect others at all times. Treat others like you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like an adult and a boss, treat your people around you. Because as you treat your people good, I promise you they're going to ride and die for you, because you're showing them that you're a good leader and you're showing them that you care about them. And finally, always listen, then talk. Listen to your people. See what their needs are and what they need. Because I'm telling you, if you always talking, how are you going to know what your organization needs or your employees need? Sometimes your employees may just need, somebody may need a raise because they've been doing good. But if they're talking about it, listen, because now they're going to go extra harder for that $1 raise or that $2 raise. So it's very important that you be an effective communicator. And also delegate. Delegation is very, very important. You got to understand you can't do it alone. No leader can do anything alone. Even though I have a business, I'm running my Cheetah Prototype brand, I have people that's there for me. I have my mom, she ride or die for me all day. My boyfriend, my sister, my employees. It's just very important to have those people in place that could be your support system or your confidant. If you can have all these people in place, I promise you that everything will run smoothly as a leader, and you'll be able to get more things done. Develop a team of like-minded individuals. You don't want negative, pessimistic people on your team. You want to have those people on your team that reflects who you are. So if you're a go-getter, if you're an optimist, if you are a motivator, you want to have those people around you so they can cheer you on as you're making each step and you're climbing up the ladder, one step at a time. It's very important to have those people in your life, because if you have those people that are energy drainers and dream killers, I promise you, they can kind of rub off on you and you can stop and halt all the goals and things that you have set in stone. Avoid micromanaging. Don't be that micromanager. Managing everything that person do beneath you. Show them how to do the things that you need them to do. And once you're able to do that, now you're able to designate certain positions or certain tasks to those people. So now you don't have to micromanage them because they know what to do already. And finally, last but not least, provide each team member with a task and hold them accountable. When I mean, if I told you to take out the trash at 5 o'clock, take out the trash at 5 o'clock, because if I come back and it's still there, I have to hold you accountable in some way, which means termination, which means suspension. Just do what you're supposed to do it on a timely basis, and I promise you everything else will run smoothly as a girl boss, as a campus leader, as even a student in school. So pretty much like an overview of everything that I just spoke about. It's very important that you guys have these steps to productivity. You plan first. Once you plan, have action set in place. You're going to do them one step at a time. It may take baby steps, but at least you're taking steps. And then finally, you're going to execute them. You have the execution in place. That means now you're going to do everything that you need to fulfill your purpose and fulfill your plan. So, I love this whole quote because it's really around my brand and who I am and what I'm trying to inspire other women to be. If you want to be original, then be ready to get ready to be copied. So if you're going to be that prototype, be original, be creative, and I promise you people are going to follow. You're not even going to have to say follow me because you're going to attract them with who you are and what you're doing. And I just love this quote because it's a Coco Chanel quote, and it's actually empowering because if you're doing big things, I promise you everyone else that are around you are going to level up too. You don't want to be that friend that's leveled up already and you're leaving everybody down there. Level up with your friends, level up with your classmates so that you guys can make a difference. So with that being said, I have my book, and pretty much in my book it talks about how to refine your purpose, how to create results and produce results, and pretty much this book has a workbook in the back of each chapter so that each girl or male could fall in line and understand how to be their prototype. How can you make a difference so that you can impact others? So if you're interested in getting a book or want to learn more, you can most definitely come see me at this table after the presentation. I would love to talk to you, meet you, and take some pictures, and then we'll just go from there. Another thing that I want to talk about is a new brand of mine. I'm actually working on it. It's the beginning phase. It's called Femination. And what this is a nation of women, females, coming together, communicating with each other. So if you know that you are looking for a mentor, or you want to know how to start a business, or want to have law advice, I'm trying to create women to come together and have a forum, just like kind of social media is on Facebook, my group, but just come together because eventually I want to take this to an app. I want it to be a socializing app for women so you can go on and get the advice and motivation that you need without someone shunning you if you ask them how to start a business or if you're asking them for any advice. So please join Femination on Facebook for now, and also follow my Instagram page. And like I said, it's going to be women of different backgrounds, shapes, sizes, coming together to help each other. If you're looking for more tips on business 101, maybe learning how to start a business, grow a business, scale it, I also do consulting, and I'm also just willing to help those students who are very serious about their business. You can subscribe to my channel, to my website and my YouTube channel, and I can offer business 101 tips for you guys so you can have the necessary tools that you will need. And even if you're just looking for some help with, it could be something with school, I'm here for you guys, and you can most definitely contact me. And last but not least, if you subscribe to my website, you can get the PowerPoint. My website is www.cheetahprototype.com. As soon as you subscribe, you will get the email. And if you are already a member and looking for the email, just let me know and I can send it to you.